This is Jeremy. I'm here with the Landmark Project. We are at Yosemite National Park for the 2024 Yosemite FaceLift. We've got a few friends of the brand out here with us. We're going to be asking them some questions about the week and their experiences here with us. So here we go. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do?
My name is Steve Wolf. From Nebraska, and I am a graphic designer.
My name is Twan. I'm from Vancouver, BC. I'm a full-time tree faller, part-time content creator. I live full-time in my truck, so I'm either working or living on there and on the road.
My name's Kendra. I am a freelance social media content creator. I create content all about national parks, traveling, and outdoor adventures.
My name is Emily Edwards. I am a freelance writer and I travel across the country in my van. I've visited 48 national parks at this point and I'm writing a book about it.
We're Cody and Victoria. We love to be outside in beautiful places such as Yosemite. And yeah, we just film all of our adventures and tell stories on the internet.
Yep.
My name's Hannah. I'm the editorial coordinator for an independent publication called Mountain News based out of Lake Tahoe. I run the newsletter. I get to take photos for them. I get to write fun articles and go on trips like this to places like Yosemite.
Have you ever visited Yosemite National Park before this week?
This is my very first time to be here. Very excited to be here as well.
This is my first time coming since I was little, so it's basically like another first time for me.
I got to visit Yosemite 2 years ago when I was in my van, but I also got to come as a child and hike. I am sure what was like way too intense at the time, or like I didn't appreciate it as much as a kid as I do now.
I have never visited the park before. This is my second time in California, the first time in a national park in California.
This would be my 8th visit.
We have been in Yosemite multiple times. It's probably our favorite place on earth. There's just so much to do here. It's so beautiful. You got climbing and hiking and everything you could ever ask for. So
Yeah, it's a pretty special place.
What were you most looking forward to this week coming to Yosemite National Park or doing the Yosemite FaceLift?
Honestly, being able to volunteer. I didn't even know that Yosemite FaceLift was a thing, so being able to give back to my favorite national park of all time while getting to hang out with a cool group of people and meet new people, like, that was what I was really excited about.
I mean, Yosemite is such a majestic place, and I've read so much about it, seen so many videos about it, and to be here and see these amazing monuments around the park, you know, it's really awe-inspiring. And when you see it in person, it's just even crazier how cool it is. And with the FaceLift event, you know, being able to get back to the park, being in nature, learning about seeds, it's been a really cool experience and something I'd love to continue to do more of, actually. So.
It's hard to say. First would be the views, like just seeing the park itself and all the mountains. And then second would be meeting all the people. I'm always in Vancouver. There's not many people that I do stuff with, like especially this type of stuff with. So being here and being with like-minded people is kind of cool. And just meeting new people. And then just the whole volunteer aspect, being able to like be a part of the park and like do something that actually helps the park instead of just visiting and giving them money.
I was most looking forward to learning about how the park thinks of conservation. There are so many people who come to Yosemite. We see them everywhere. There are, you know, school children on field trips here, and I'm always curious about what the park does to keep itself healthy and regenerative, and for the children who are here on these school trips, keeping them invested in the conservation of the park as well.
I think I've just been looking forward to being outside. I think the last few weeks of summer, I haven't been able to get outside as much as I'd like to, and so this is a good opportunity where I can combine work and play, get some fresh air, get out in the mountains, and meet new people.
Honestly, we come here a lot, and every time we come here, it's just such a special place to us. So like being able to come and help and keep this place beautiful, like it just means a lot that we can actually give back instead of taking away from this place.
yeah, we take a ton from this place. I mean, between the recreation and just like it's a chance to be at peace and relax from work, and it's just really nice to be able to give back to the place that you love.
Had you ever done the FaceLift event before or done anything like this?
Never, no, first time.
I have in Vancouver. I tried to start a group with my friends, like we'd walk the beach and clean up stuff. clean up the beach and whatnot, but it didn't really pick up just because everyone was busy or no one wanted to do it.
I didn't even know it was a thing until I heard about it, and now I want to participate every year.
No, I've never gotten to do a cleanup project like this, and I really appreciate getting to give back to the park and getting to spend time with the rangers and talk to them about like their experiences. It's really fascinating to hear how the park has changed and what they've learned in the past couple of years.
No, this is our first time at Yosemite FaceLift. But yeah, volunteering is something that we've always wanted to do. So like this is really cool for us.
Knew nothing about FaceLift, and I haven't done anything like this before, but like I said, would love to do more of it.
Can you explain a little bit about what you've been doing out here volunteering?
Today we're collecting seeds, which is like so cool for us to do.
It's the local native plants that have grown here, and then they're gonna go replant them. That was kind of cool learning about all the different types of plants that are like local to here, like the
goldenrods, milkweed, and mint.
Mint was cool. I didn't know that just grows wildly here. Being able to pick it up and like seeing what the different types of seeds are.
And we're just collecting them so we can kind of repurpose and replant them at different sites around the park that have been kind of excavated or I guess for toxic cleanup.
They will then be able to use throughout the park to grow more of these plants and regenerate areas in the park that they need to grow more of these to help restore and beautify the park.
It seems like a small deed, but it'll definitely pay off in the next 7 years.
What's been your favorite part of the whole week so far?
First night's dinner was amazing. I have not had a meal like that in a while.
Honestly, probably the sunrise at Glacier Point was pretty unbelievable and pretty memorable. Also yesterday I just walked kind of the length of the Merced by myself for like 3 or 4 miles, and then I got to swim in the river and nap in the sun, and that was definitely a highlight for sure.
Other than volunteering, which is such a joy to do anyway, I really enjoy getting to swim. It's pretty hot out here. I'm from the south, so I'm not used to it being so dry. And the water is so crystal clear and beautiful, and getting to jump in after hiking yesterday was really gratifying.
My favorite part has just been like meeting all the really cool people and feeling that sense of community. Everybody's here for the same reason. We all love to be outside. We want to give back to these beautiful places. And it's just been really nice for us, especially being self-employed. We don't get a chance to like hang out with like-minded people. And the Landmark crew has just been amazing overall. So it's just been really cool for us to like feel that sense of community and give back where we can. So.
Being in the valley, like honestly picking the seeds and being surrounded by all the rocks, it's just kind of a surreal feeling because the valley is so vast and kind of reminds you how small you are.
Definitely meeting the Landmark team. It's my first time meeting everyone in person. Such a great group, and to get to know the people behind the brand, it just makes it all come together, and it's a lot more meaningful. And being able to do that in a setting like Yosemite National Park, it's an experience I don't think I'll ever forget.
What is your favorite national park?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I'd have to say, I just went to the Volcanic National Park on Big Island, Hawaii, but I think Zion has my heart for now. I'll let you know when I go to more.
Yosemite.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm biased because that was my very first national park I ever visited and brought me to tears, but it still is. There's nothing that could beat it right now. It's my ride or die.
I mean,
Yosemite is the best place on earth.
Yeah, Yosemite just has it all for us. So
Definitely,
yeah, we're biased because we live really close and we come here a lot and we climb and stuff. But like Yosemite is the best place ever.
I have a soft spot for Grand Tetons National Park. I think that was the first park I went to at 18 with my family, and really felt I was old enough at that point to really appreciate what I was looking at, and it was the first place that I went back in my van once I took to the road. So it's really, again, out west where it's just flat and then giant mountains. It's not something I'm used to being from the south.
So I'm stuck. It's either Glacier National Park or Yosemite. They're both like kind of similar, where you drive in and you're like you're like in a valley or surrounded by mountains and like just looking around, you get like a 360 view of every different types of peaks and mountains. So it's a tough choice. I think if I spent more time in Yosemite, it'd probably become my favorite. But as of right now, it's Glacier.
This is right up there now, Yosemite. Rocky Mountain National Park is my other favorite. That was the park that was closest to me growing up. So I have a lot of really good childhood memories going there almost every year. So that would be my other favorite national park.
What does the outdoors and national parks overall just mean to you?
It means a lot to me. You know, mentally, it's a place where I can kind of, you know, recoup. You know, being in nature just kind of revives me. Being able to take a break out here, and these places have it all, and you know, it can impact you so much. And so being able to absorb all that and bring it into my daily life is what, you know, the parks mean to me and how it can help me personally. So.
Oh gosh, it means everything. I was just thinking on my walk yesterday who I'd be without the outdoors, and I think I'd truly be an insane individual, because too much time inside, I start to lose it a little bit, like I think we all do. And having places that are preserved specifically for play and recreation, especially in the outdoors and places like this, I think is so important to humanity as a collective. But to me, it's just a piece of my heart that I think I wouldn't be who I am without it. So.
A lot of it is just being in the same place as like-minded people. Everyone here is here for a reason to just take in the park, either by hiking, climbing, being in the river, or even just walking around the village. And I don't know, to me that's pretty much it.
I've been grappling with this question, like what do national parks mean to me, for like 3 years if I spent so much time in them. I think of national parks as like an entryway into the wilderness for people. I really love seeing people in national parks who have never been out in nature before, have never thought of themselves as hikers or campers. I really love hearing people who aren't speaking English, who have come to this country to experience the best part of it, I think. And I think what national parks really mean to me is a safe way to explore, a safe way to learn about conservation, to learn about the wilderness, and be one of those steps in a longer journey of learning about nature, appreciating being outside, and doing it in kind of a safe, regulated way that it's a little planned out for you already.
It changed our lives. Growing up, both Cody and I didn't really get outside, and our families didn't take us hiking or camping or anything like that. So being outside is relatively new for us, but it's definitely changed. I mean, our whole lives, really.
Yeah, I mean, being outside is become our business. It's our favorite place to be. It's all we ever want to do. Yeah, and I just think it's a great place for people to connect with nature and, get away from, the 9 to 5 and hang out with cool people. I mean, the outdoors is just the best place for
everybody.
Yeah.
It's my passion. I grew up in the woods, not too far from South Lake Tahoe. That's where my roots were. That's where I grew up. And being able to get back out in nature reminds me of what it was like being a kid. And anything that I could do to help the parks in conserving them for future generations is what I value. I want to do my parts. It still blows my mind that there's places out here on our earth like this that are just in our backyard that we could go visit. It blows my mind, and I love it.
It's maybe something you've learned about yourselves from being in the outdoors, or experiences like visiting national parks.
Yeah, every time I visit a national park, it reminds me of, maybe what's a little bit more important in my life, or what I'm, lacking, getting stuck in the grind of my work or technology, things like that. Having no service out here has been a really great thing, and a reminder, I don't need to be on my phone all the time, or I can, again, connect to nature. And, if you're out here long enough, it's way more fulfilling and meaningful than, getting stuck to things like your technology and things like that. So maybe that.
I definitely say that I don't know. I've learned that I'm a lot tougher than I give myself credit for. Having to climb, big walls, or hike many, many miles with pack, or, any one of these kinds of challenges that places like these national parks kind of offer us is a really good reminder that you can do more than you probably think you can. And so, yeah, every time I come to a place like this, I'm reminded of that time and time again. So it's pretty special.
I definitely hate crowds, but I understand why everyone's here, and why I'm here. But I don't know. I've grown a bigger appreciation for everything all the work that's done for the park. to get it to run as like how it is. There's definitely a lot of work that's involved with that, and it's not as easy as just going a couple roads, campsite, and just saying have at her.
That I just appreciate being out in nature. I feel that when I am in nature in the woods, honestly, my problems are gone. What I've learned is that I can just relax and be myself and kind of like be at peace, especially in Yosemite, my favorite place in the world. It's like, it's just that feeling of complete solitude and nothing can hurt me. I'm in my happy place. I'm meant to be here.
I think what I've learned about myself most in these outdoor spaces is that you can figure it out. I think we get really reliant on camping gear and outdoorsy swag, or we see experiences and think I can't do that if I don't have the right gear or the right tools to do it. But even if you have all the right tools, like something will mess up. And when you are out in the woods or in nature, or even in this like much more manicured area, you have to figure a lot out. You don't have cell service, you don't have Wi-Fi, and you really shouldn't. I mean, I know people come and want to have like full experiences here, so you are way more capable than you think you are.
I think being outside and in places like this where it's just obviously so much bigger than yourself, it's just like a really humbling experience, and it just helps ground you as a person. So yeah, just learning that like I am also part of all of this, like I am part of this whole cycle here, and I don't know, it's just a pretty spiritual thing for me.
On a less serious note, I've learned that I like to climb big rocks and play in the dirt, and yeah, there's just like so many activities, so many things to do outside that like anybody can find something that they like in the outdoors. And for us, it's mostly climbing, camping, but yeah, I just have learned like there's so much more out there, so many more things to do.
Yeah, I actually forgot what the question was.
It was learning about you, but it's cool.
It would be awesome. Yeah, just like throw it all up.
Awesome or tragic?
It would be cool to watch. It would be good for like a